I flew 4,500 miles from London to Denver to train in the world's best private gym and find out from some of the most respected coaches in the world where I've been going wrong with my training and common mistakes that you're probably making too, stopping me from building the most amount of muscle. The best thing about this video is I went on this course nearly 3 years ago, so I can now definitively tell you what does and does not provide real results, and I'm going to give you the 4 golden rules to building the best physique possible that have not just transformed my own body but a significant number of other men too. Golden rule number 1. You've always got more in the tank. The day of training lower body, they were planning on proving to us that we were really capable of going to another level when we were training in the gym. So to remind us of that, they got this famous scene up on the projector from the film Facing the Giants. For those of you who haven't seen this before, a seemingly unfit boy is blindfolded and managed to death crawl with a teammate on his back all the way to the end zone, a feat of physical strength that he would have never thought that he was capable of. And you get where I'm going with this, right? Now, I'm always someone that likes to think that I push myself pretty hard in the gym, but this leg session was a really worthy reminder that when it comes down to it, we nearly always have more in the tank. And given that those final reps at the end of a set, when we're pushing to the max, are the reps that we know give us the most back when it comes to building muscle, it's so important that you find a way of motivating yourself to get there in your training. As you can see from when I was there, I did have the benefit of various different people shouting at me, which really does help. But in the absence of that, you've got to really find how you can recreate that and take your mind to that place when you're training to really push your sets to that next level, whether it's playing that one certain song, watching a video, or even imagining in your head that you're smashing that set and taking all of the reps that you're going for. If you can master this, it will put you so far ahead of other people training in the gym that aren't even coming close to their true potential. It can massively help if you've got a good training partner at the gym as well that knows when to back off, but also when to step in and give you that tiny little bit of assistance on those really tough reps. But if you haven't got that, which I personally don't, it shouldn't stop you from giving it your all. And you can quite easily pick exercises where you don't need a spot to push yourself to your max safely. Golden rule number 2, correct exercise selection makes a massive difference to your physique development. Think about this, people come in so many different shapes and sizes. You've got the differences in build between men and women. So it would be correct to assume that when your goal is to add more muscle, a one-size-fits-all approach would definitely not be appropriate. Having a very basic level of knowledge around how different exercises hit different parts of muscle groups, or even just how you can adjust exercises to make them more aligned for your goal, can also make a massive difference to your training. If you've got certain muscle groups in your physique, such as your chest, your shoulders, or your legs, that you're really trying to improve, this can be especially beneficial knowing how to design your program to focus on those areas. An example of this could be this split squat setup that we learned at M1 to focus on really being able to drive your knees forward and create more flexion, making it significantly more quad focused. You can see compared to the video on the left how in both movements I am doing a split squat, but the subtle change in the setup can make the exercise either really focused on targeting your glutes versus your quads. And that same principle will apply to your chest, your shoulders, your back, and every other muscle group for that matter. Unless you want to spend hours and hours doing research into the biomechanics of each muscle group, the best and most realistic shortcut is to follow a program that you know has been designed by someone that has an understanding of this topic at a deeper level, or if possible, even have a program made for you that's specifically tailored to your goals and your body, which is going to deliver the best results. If you do just want a list of exercises to understand the different movements that you can include in your programming to cover all the bases for the muscle groups that you're wanting to target, I've put this together in an email and you can download that by clicking the link in the description below now, so you know that you're on the right path with your training. Golden rule number 3, learn how to do a lot with not much. One of the big things that I always thought was a setback for me after coming back from this course, where we had access to some of the best gym equipment brands in the world, such as Prime Fitness, Atlantis and Predator Strength, would be that I wasn't going to be able to see good results when I went back to my own gym, where the machines are old, the cables are a bit creaky, and there just wasn't that level of investment into new kit. But actually that just really isn't the case at all. When you watch some of the old school training videos of Dorian Yates, you can clearly see that in the gym he was training at, he did not have access to top of the line kit that exists today, and with just dumbbells and barbells and some basic machines, he was able to build a world-class physique and an incredible amount of muscle. I definitely won't argue with you that having access to these things does help, but if you've got the right work ethic and understanding of how you can adequately hit each muscle group without the newest and shiniest gym toys, that will put you in such a good position to build a great body regardless of the quality of equipment that your gym does or does not have. So wherever you're training, whether it's at a home gym, a commercial gym, or some independent facility, with the know-how and creativity, you can absolutely still make your program work for you and see great results. And finally, golden rule number 4, understand your volume requirements. You can have the best level of exercise selection out there, but if your training volume is not appropriate for your experience level or your goals, then you could be leaving a massive amount of progress on the table. An area where a lot of men go wrong is they end up following a body part specific split. For example, chest on Mondays, back on Tuesday, shoulders on a Thursday, and maybe legs on Friday. But the trouble with a split like that is the frequency in which you're actually hitting every muscle group throughout the course of the week is likely to be well below what you're actually capable of recovering from. Think of it like this. Say hypothetically your body is capable of recovering from doing 2 different chest exercises every other day. That would give you much more opportunities to stimulate hypertrophy and build muscle than if you were only hitting chest once per week. And from a growth perspective, that would really be quite significant. For most men that aren't at a level where they're competing in bodybuilding, I'd recommend following either a full body split where you're training every other day, or an upper lower training split, training 4 times per week. This will likely be much more beneficial to you to have the additional frequency of training each muscle group more often, as opposed to just working on each muscle perhaps once per week or on a set day. I do actually have a free guide that you can download in the description below that gives you templates for how you can design your own full body or upper lower workout splits, including exercise recommendations with video demos. So if you feel like you need a bit of guidance on how to set this up, then I'd recommend downloading that to start, as it will give you everything that you need to get going, to set up your workouts and start seeing results. I hope you found this video helpful for your training. I've invested a significant amount of money over the years to attend courses and mentorship so that I can bring this level of knowledge straight to you in one place, giving you everything that you need to build a world-class physique that you're really proud of. So if you did enjoy this, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.